A very big hello to my wonderful KCET champions. I welcome you all to our KCET Top 30 series, where today we are going to deal with the chapter Human Health and Diseases, giving you straight 3 marks in your KCET examination. Are 3 marks important, ma'am? Obviously yes. Obviously yes. It's a competitive examination, so each and every mark is important. And why to miss these 3 marks when you can easily grab it? And why to fear when Jasmine ma'am is here? So my dear children, this is a free session. Make the most utilization of this. And I have tagged every question from which topic has it come. And I have mentioned the year so that you have a reference. And whenever I show you a question, pause the video, try it by yourself, and then check your answers with mine. That's how we can practice even more better. Yes, and if you are liking this video, if you are liking the teaching, hit the subscribe button the moment you think, oh my god, this is nice. Okay, chalo. The first question that we have right over here in front of us is, malignant malaria is caused by? Malignant form of malaria. So malaria, there are some people who have malaria, they survive through it, but there are some forms of malaria which is very much difficult to survive, and that is malignant form of malaria. Malaria is caused by what? A protozoan, which is known as Plasmodium. And there are different species of Plasmodium. Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, and Plasmodium rubrum. So over here, the answer for this question is Plasmodium falciparum. This causes the malignant form of malaria. So you can remember, you fall dead. You can remember like that. So Plasmodium falciparum is the one that causes malignant form of malaria. Do not forget it. Questions can be coming again and again. This is from the year 2025. Next question. Which of the following are the techniques for detection of cancer of internal organs? Now we want to check if the cancer is there inside our body. What are the techniques that we are going to use? We can use radiography, where basically we pass through X-rays and things like that into our body, helping in understanding the internal structure. We can use CT scan. CT scan is again using X-rays only for having a 3-dimensional scan of our internal organs. Then we have MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, where basically you put magnetic fields and non-ionizing radiation, something that is less harmful for you, into your body for understanding which are the tissues which are being affected. But anyway, all of them are dealing with the detection of cancer within our body. So if you have any of these options, you should make it correct. So radiography and MRI, this option would be correct. MRI and computer tomography, that is CT scan, this is also correct. Vidal test, Baba, it is used to test typhoid. Why do you need to put that over here? That is wrong. Again, Vidal test is over here. So this option is wrong. These 2 options are correct. A and B would be the only correct options. Your answer for this question is A. Okay, your answer for this question is A. Which one is the safest among this? It is MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. It gives you an idea of the living tissues. Okay, the living tissues, are there problems in there? You can find with the help of MRI. I'm so sorry. Yes. Now, in which of the following HIV replicates and produces its progeny viruses? HIV replicates and produces its progeny viruses. Helper T lymphocytes, memory T lymphocytes, killer T lymphocytes, suppressor T lymphocytes. So I'll tell you one thing. This is an immune cell and this is another immune cell. There is one cell in the middle, and basically this cell manages everything. It is known as T helper lymphocytes. T helper lymphocytes. If HIV comes and affects this T helper lymphocytes, my dear children, what is going to happen? There is no one to help the other cells to tell that, hey, you have to be immunologically active, you have to do something. There is no one. So basically, this is exactly what happens. It is the T helper cells which is being affected. HIV virus's primary target is this cell. This is where it will get inside and replicate, increase its number and kill other T helper lymphocytes, which is why our immune system becomes very less. There are different type of T lymphocytes. There is cytotoxic T lymphocyte, that is totally different. This is T helper lymphocytes. So your answer for this question would be this. Now, one very important thing. If at all you are asked, which cell is the HIV factory? So once HIV virus enter into a body, it does not directly go and kill the helper T cells. Before that, it basically enters into macrophages. These are another immunological cells. They enter into macrophages and they replicate there. So this is actually the HIV factory. So in your option, if at all there is HIV factory, this is this. This is your answer. If at all you do not have any options like this, you just have helper T cells, go with helper T lymphocytes. Okay? Cool, ma'am. Fine. Now read the following statement. This is drugs and its sources. Okay. Statement 1. Morphine is obtained by acetylation of heroin. Morphine is obtained by acetylation of heroin. So we are saying heroin is there. You make it undergo acetylation and then you get morphine. Okay, let's see. And statement 2. Cannabinoids are known for their effect on cardiovascular system. Okay. Actually, this is wrong. This first statement is wrong. Why? You get heroin out of morphine when morphine undergoes acetylation. So the arrow should not be like this. The arrow should be in the opposite direction. Morphine undergoes acetylation to become heroin, and heroin is also known as diacetylmorphine. Diacetylmorphine, it is a depressant, it slows down your period. Morphine is a sedative, makes you sleep, and also is a painkiller given to patients after surgery. Remember that. You get both of them from Papaver somniferum. Tupperware, you might have heard about the bottle, right? So similarly, Papaver somniferum is a plant from where you get it. Okay. You also call it opium poppy, the plant's name, which is why you call these drugs as opioids. Okay, and they affect your central nervous system and also your gastrointestinal tract. All the drugs have different things. So opioids, my dear children, affect your CNS and also your gastrointestinal tract. Now cannabinoids over here is the next option. Cannabinoids, you get it from cannabis sativa. Examples are marijuana, ganja, hashish, charas, everything, bhang. Okay, you get it from cannabis sativa, and that is not going to affect your central nervous system but your cardiovascular system. So that is given over here. Cannabinoids are known for their effect on cardiovascular system. Yes, this is wrong. Okay, and this is a drug which is mostly abused by sports people. That means they use it the most. Now you have one more, coca alkaloids, in which your cocaine and everything comes. Again, it affects your CNS. In CNS, specifically the dopamine transport. The dopamine transport is being affected. Okay, which is why dopamine is something that gives us happiness. And when the transport is affected in a good way, as in they are repeatedly being produced out there, the concentration is maintained, which is why a person will have euphoria, extreme sense of happiness. You will see, you will also have, if at all it's too much, you will also have hallucination. You will see cows flying and you also flying along with the cow. So things like that. But it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Please remember that. So both of them CNS, but over here dopamine transport is being affected, and here extra thing is gastrointestinal tract is also getting affected. So statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2 is correct. C is your answer. Okay? Okay, ma'am. Now HIV, it's again, the genome of HIV replicates in the macrophages with the help of the enzyme. I told you. So HIV virus, my dear children, you know, it has a capsid, a proteinaceous covering. Inside that, it has RNA. What is that? It has RNA, and it is coming to affect us. Okay, that is our cells. Our cells, basically macrophages. Inside the macrophage, my dear children, we have our genome inside the nucleus that is made up of DNA. So they come and affect us. They transfer their RNA. But this RNA basically wants to get over here. They want to use our machinery. Can they do it directly? No. For that, they have to undergo a process. So usually there is DNA. DNA undergoes transcription to form RNA. What if I tell you, can I reverse it? Yes, it is known as reverse transcription with the help of reverse transcriptase enzyme. And that's how you get the DNA. You get the DNA, and now the DNA gets incorporated over here with another enzyme. So the enzyme was reverse transcriptase over here, which is helpful for reverse transcription. There is another enzyme known as integrase, which helps to integrate. Okay, so all of these enzymes comes along here itself, along with this HIV package that comes. Okay, and then it uses our machinery to form viral RNA, viral protein, and now you have baby HIV viruses out there and they're released. So genome of HIV replicates in the macrophages with the help of an enzyme called RNA polymerase? No, reverse transcriptase. replicates with the help of reverse transcriptase, integrates with the help of integrase. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, one very important thing. So my dear children, those of you who are preparing for KCET examination, I'm pretty sure those of you who are preparing are watching this video. Yes, and there is Abhyas KCET test series which has been launched because you guys asked for it from a very long time. So it was released the previous year and we saw all of you as in your seniors making the best use of it. We got so many children who got ranks under top 1000 and few of them also came to meet us in person. We got an opportunity to meet all of them, and my dear children, I still remember the day. It was so good. I really want to meet you guys the next year, and please study hard, and if at all you need help, I'm telling you very honestly, this test series is going to help you well with that. Over here you have 35 KCET tests, part test and full length test. Okay, apart from that you also have chapter wise KCET PYQ in the format of test. So it's just 30 questions that we are discussing over here. If at all there are chapters which have more, there will be chapter wise PYQs in the form of test with time that you have to, because KCET is about your speed and accuracy, and it's for rupees 1499. So previous year also it was launched with the same price, but we have added up something over here because we thought it will be helpful for you guys. And the topper that we had was Prajwal with rank 171, and Kiran with rank 443, Deeksha with 693, Sachin with 934, and so many n number of children are there. And my dear children, you can fully trust us. Remember, this is the December batch. It might be closed really soon. Make sure you do the registration really quick and don't think twice. I'm telling you, I'm not even hyping it. I'm just telling you, take it up. It's going to help you well. That's the guarantee. Okay, the link will be given in the description section. You can check it out, and if you face any trouble, please let us know about that as well. Yeah? Now comes a question related to active and passive immunity. The principle of vaccination is based on which property of the immune system? Memory, specificity, diversity, plasticity. So my dear children, while we undergo vaccination, for example, when COVID came, we all had COVID vaccine being given. What is vaccine? Vaccine is basically weak or attenuated form of pathogen. That means something that does not cause trouble to us. That form of pathogen is basically given to us. Why? Because we want to tell our body that, hey, something like this could be coming in actual form, you have to be ready. So when it has been exposed to us, our body actively participates in this and produces antibodies. But this response is the primary response, and it is obviously going to be slow, which is why we have fever, we have this and that, but it's okay. When antibodies are released, one more thing is being released, that is memory cells. Memory cells, and these cells have the memory that, okay, this attack took place and I release these antibodies. The body releases these antibodies. So next time when the same antigen comes, when you actually have an infection, your body is ready-made. Your body is, ready with all the antibodies needed, and it will react to it. So why do we give vaccination? For having the memory of something like this, which is why all of us were suggested to take the vaccine. And okay, COVID vaccine had so many issues with that. We had polio vaccine when we were kids, my dear children. Why? Because of the polio virus, because we wanted to stop the effect of polio virus. And yeah, that was also done for the same reason. So we have vaccinations ongoing to protect our body, and it works on the principle of active immunization, where memory is involved. You are making your body itself produce antibodies. You are not giving ready-made antibodies. And here the memory is something that plays the most important role. So this is a form of active immunization. Vaccination comes under active immunization, not passive. Passive is when you give ready-made antibodies. For example, I have a snake bite. I do not wait for my body to produce antibodies. Rather, I give ready-made antibodies. That is passive immunity. Next, question number 7. Identify the symptoms of pneumonia. Pneumonia is a disease that affects your lower respiratory system. That is your lungs, your alveoli, and things like that. So you have to think like that, okay? Nasal congestion, discharge, cough, sore throat, and headache. Everything at the top region, nasal congestion, discharge, cough, sore throat, headache, everything over here. Constipation, arre papa, that's very lower abdominal region, you don't need that, okay? High fever, weakness, stomach pain, loss of appetite. No. Difficulty in breathing, lungs, fevers, infection, chills, cough, headache. This is your answer for the question. Pneumonia. If at all you're talking about cold, common cold which is there caused by a virus, then your answer would be nasal congestion, discharge, cough, sore throat, headache and things like that. Got it? Yes, ma'am. Next, question number 8. The toxic substance hemozoin responsible for high fever and chill is released in which of the following diseases? The toxic substance hemozoin responsible for high fever, which of the following diseases has been released? It is malaria. Ma'am, how can you tell us? Yes, obviously I can tell you. So listen to me carefully. Okay, I'll tell you a story. So this is a mosquito, and in the mosquito's salivary gland, you have Plasmodium. And the stage of Plasmodium is sporozoite stage. It is found in multiple stage. You have it in sporozoite stage. When the mosquito comes and bites us, basically it inserts the saliva. Why? Because saliva has anti-clotting enzymes so that the mosquito can drink the blood very easily. Now, within the saliva, what did you have? You had the sporozoites. Now, these sporozoites will travel to the liver first. There, my dear children, they are going to affect the hepatocytes, as in the liver cells. So, in the liver cells, they undergo asexual reproduction. And they lyse off. That means they break open. And now they move to the next part of our body, which is your RBC. Within the RBC, my dear children, what are they going to do? Again, they will undergo asexual reproduction. And at the end of it, what do you get? You get a new stage which is known as gametocyte stage. Gametocyte stage is a stage from where they can form gametes. Gametes can undergo sexual reproduction. Until now, asexual reproduction was happening. But do you think sexual reproduction takes place in our body? The answer is no. It does not take place in our body. It takes place in the mosquito's body. Ma'am, how mosquito? So the gametocyte is there in the blood now because RBC in it, the asexual reproduction took place and it got burst open. The gametocytes are released. It's now in the blood. Again, a mosquito comes and drinks our blood. It gets the gametocyte. That's how it goes on. But ma'am, you didn't talk about hemozoin. So listen to me. Within this RBC, it's actually feeding on the hemoglobin. Now this hemoglobin, it breaks it down into heme and globin. And heme is very toxic, okay? Very toxic for the Plasmodium. So it converts it into hemozoin. And hemozoin is now here in the RBC. It's where all conversion is happening. So when the RBC is lysed, gametocytes go and also the hemozoin also moves out. Hemozoin, when it moves out of the cell into the blood, my dear children, our body reacts to it because it is toxic for us. We get fevers, we get chills and things like that. Got it? And now gametocytes, as I told you, gets inside the body of the mosquito. Inside the gut of the mosquito, they undergo sexual reproduction and then later on form sporozoites. Sporozoites moves through a salivary gland and the same cycle repeats. Okay? Sexual reproduction does not take place in human body. Remember that. You got your answer also. Children, enjoying the class? Did you hit the subscribe button? Did you like the video? Clicked on the like button? No? If you didn't, do that now. Now question number 9. Match the following columns and choose the correct option. Before that, the questions that usually comes from here is, in which stage is it getting affected in our body? Sporozoite. Gametocytes are formed where? RBC. Remember that. Okay. Match the following columns and choose the correct option. Haemophilus influenzae, what does it do? Haemophilus influenzae and Streptococcus pneumoniae are for pneumonia. One goes with R. I just have 2 options. Let me cancel the other 2 options. I always say go with the 4th then. Wuchereria bancrofti is causing filariasis or elephantiasis. So this goes with this. 4 goes with Q and I have got my answer, which is this, A. Entamoeba histolytica causes amoebiasis and Plasmodium falciparum causes malignant form of malaria, which is why our answer would be A. Got it? That question. Next, find out the correct match. Typhoid is caused by bacteria and this is going to affect our lungs. No, typhoid affects our small intestine. Filariasis is caused by common roundworm. No, filariasis is caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, and it does not affect our small intestine. It affects our lymphatic system. Okay, lymphatic system. Lymphatic system, you remember like this? So lymphatic system is something that drains any extra fluid between the cells. So if at all the lymphatic vessels are getting damaged, there is no one to drain, which is why there will be swelling, and that's exactly what happens. Okay, there will be big, huge leg will be there in elephantiasis or filariasis. Cool? Dysentery is caused by protozoa and it affects the liver. Common dysentery, not amoebic dysentery. Normal dysentery which is there, it's actually a bacterial disease. So under bacterial disease column, you have typhoid, you have pneumonia, you have dysentery, you have plague, you have diphtheria, 5 of them. If it is amoebic dysentery, it is formed by protozoa and it affects your large intestine, not the small intestine. Small intestine is typhoid, large intestine is Entamoeba histolytica, and my dear children, liver has no role to play over here. Ringworm disease is caused by fungus. Ma'am, worm and fungus? Yes. So this fungus basically forms a structure like this which looks like a worm. That is why we say ringworm. So it is caused by a fungus and it affects our skin. What is the name of the fungus? There are 3 of them. Microsporum, small spores. Microsporum, trichophyton, epidermophyton. Microsporum, trichophyton, epidermophyton. They both are fighting and this is a small pore. For a small pore, they are fighting. You can remember like that. Okay? Okay. Which one of the following is an opioid narcotic? That means you get from opium poppy. We studied morphine and what? Heroin. So amphetamines, barbiturates, LSD, morphine. Your answer for this question becomes D. Which of the following is an opioid narcotic? It is morphine. Going ahead, one of the side effects of the use of anabolic steroids in females is anabolic steroids in females. So females usually do not have masculinization, but if at all you see that, that means that is the thing. So mood swings, masculinization, and period, irregularity, all of this, acne, and yes, all of these features, they come under the side effects of use of anabolic steroids in females. In the case of male, again, acne, mood swings, and then low sperm count, the testicle size gets reduced, all of it. Okay, this is important, and your answer is masculinization. Not cirrhosis or liver, not loss of memory, not even hallucination. 13th question. The type of antibody is produced during allergic reaction. I always say allergy, IgE. IgE, allergies. So the reaction, the antibodies being produced during allergic reaction is IgE, and this IgE antibodies, my dear children, they are located on the mast cells. So when suppose some allergen comes and attaches over here, the mast cell becomes all furious and it releases 2 things. One is histamine and the other one is serotonin. And this causes inflammation in the blood vessels, as in dilation of the blood vessels, so that all the other cells can come, and it causes overreaction. You get it? It causes overreaction. So if at all you want to treat allergy, you give antihistamines. Sometimes you give steroids also. Okay, all of this thing is being given. So yes, remember the drug's name also. Antihistamines, steroids, and one more thing is there. If at all you remember the name, put it down in the comment section. That's your homework. If at all you remember the name for one more thing that is given to treat, put it down in the comment section. Now, which among the following plants is a source of drug which is native to America? Ma'am, how do we remember all of this? It's easy. From South America, my dear children, you get South America, you get only one drug, and that is erythroxylum coca, cocaine. Erythroxylum coca, which gives cocaine, my dear children, is a plant native to America. Okay, and cocaine affects your CNS, dopamine transport, and gives euphoria. At higher content, it gives hallucination as well. Identify the techniques useful in detecting the cancers of internal organs. Cancer diagnosis. CT scan, computer tomography, MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, radiography, X-rays, using things like that. What is the answer for this question? All of the above. We discussed it. This question came before also, right? So so I am going backwards. Previous year I am going back. So all of the above will be the answer for this particular question. Going ahead, we have question number 16. Which is the most feared property of malignant tumor? Malignant tumor, so you have benign tumor which basically stays at one place, you can remove it. Malignant form of tumor, they do not stay at one place, they move around the body, they spread. And this is the most feared or the dangerous property. It's not neoplasty. Neoplasty means you have the ability to change the cell shape and things like that. It is metastasis, movement to different parts of the body. That is the problem, because when we solve one area, there will be other area which is being already affected. Not rapid invasive growth. Okay, not loss of contact inhibition. That is happening in benign tumor also. Malignant form of tumor has metastasis happening. So B is your answer for this particular question. Next. In a person infected with deadly microbes by administering preformed antibodies is, what do you give? Okay, that is the question. Type of immunity. If a person is infested with deadly microbes and now you are giving preformed antibodies, ready-made antibodies, what type of immunity is this? You are not relying on your body to produce antibodies. You're getting it. It's passive. Your body is passively contributing over here. So this will be passive immunization. Your answer for this question is what? Passive immunization. It is not active. It is not cell-mediated. It is not innate. It is passive form of immunization. If your body is actively participating, active. Can you give examples of passive immunization? Think of the baby being born. The baby is given colostrum, the milk. The milk has preformed antibodies, IgA. A for Amma, you can remember like that. Right? Preformed antibodies are given. So that is passive example of passive immunization. Cool. Pneumonia is caused by, now you have to tell me the answer for this. Pneumonia is caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus influenzae, both A and B, none of the above. Sometimes they can make you land up in trouble. They give you Streptococcus influenzae, Haemophilus pneumoniae. So you're like, oh my God, I do not know, this is the answer. I go ahead and correct, put this is the answer. So don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Read your options carefully. Here both of them are correct, which is why your answer is both A and B. Next, in the life cycle of Plasmodium, fertilization takes place in. In the life cycle of Plasmodium, fertilization, sexual reproduction takes place in liver cells, salivary glands of mosquito, RBC of mosquito, stomach of mosquito. I told you, it takes the blood goes to the gut, and that's where the gametocytes develop the gametes and fertilization takes place. So stomach of mosquito or the gut of mosquito would be answer for this question. D is the answer for this particular question. Done? Done. Now question number 20 related to cancer again. Certain tumors are called malignant because. Why malignant? Dangerous because they are not neoplastic. They are confined to specific location. Are they? They invade and damage the surrounding tissue. Do they? They show contact inhibition. Certain tumors are called malignant because they are confined. They invade and damage the surrounding tissue, my dear children. Just everything is wrong. They do not show contact inhibition. Contact inhibition means a cell, basically when they come together, close together, they stop dividing. But in the case of cancer cells, they keep on dividing. They are not neoplastic, they are. They are confined to specific location, they are not. So you get it? So all the statements are wrong except this one. Question number 21. Injection of an antidote against snake bite is an example of. Again, snake bite. I am giving antibodies to the body. I'm not waiting for the, okay, I'm the doctor, you come with a snake bite. Will I say, hey, Chutku, wait? No, your body will react, your body will produce antibodies. Will the doctor do that? No, the doctor will give antibodies, ready-made antibodies. This is example of passive immunization. Same thing with tetanus. Same thing with tetanus also. Whenever you have a tetanus infection, there are chances of tetanus infection, you're given antibodies against it. Okay, so passive immunization is the answer for this question. Now identify the enzyme that catalyzes the step labeled as M. M is this, and in the given schematic representation of replication of virus. So retrovirus, animal cell, viral RNA is converted to viral DNA. What is M? Reverse of transcription. Who does that? Reverse transcriptase. So the answer for this question becomes A. Reverse transcriptase. Next. A person shows symptoms like sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, and difficulty in breathing on exposure to certain substances in air. Which type of antibody is produced during such condition? Sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, we think it's cough, but basically difficulty in breathing, everything is there. When exposed to certain substances, it is allergy, my dear children. And in allergy, what do you have? IgE. I told you, allergy, IgE. Next, identify the incorrect statement. HIV is transmitted by mosquito bite. Array, you only think, mosquito comes to drink the blood. Will mosquito give you the blood which she drank? No, it won't. She only gives saliva to basically what you call open the clots out there. So never ever blood is being given to the human beings with the mosquito bite. So please be aware that HIV is not transmitted by mosquito bite. Pneumonia is a bacterial disease. Is it? It is. Cancer is a non-infectious disease. Is it? Yes, it is non-infectious. Ringworm is a fungal disease. Yes, the only option which is incorrect is A. Match the items of column 1 with those of column 2 and choose the correct option. Hepatitis B vaccine. Now this is interesting. Now out of nowhere in your NCERT, after the vaccination paragraph, this line is given that the first vaccine, not the first vaccine, basically hepatitis B vaccine was produced with the help of recombinant DNA technology by using yeast. So this is a line given. Please always remember, hepatitis B vaccine, yeast is the one that helps in the production. PMNL stands for polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Leukocytes means WBCs. So there are leukocytes which have multiple lobes in their nucleus. You call it polymorphonuclear leukocytes. They are also known as neutrophils. What do? They ingest the things inside. For example, I have a toxic substance inside, they take it inside. They are phagocytes. Similar to macrophages, but they are the one who come first. Whenever the something is there, they come first and take it, and then comes macrophages. Okay, they come under cellular barriers, under innate immunity, if at all you are not able to remember. Now preformed antibodies is given against snake venom. Yes. Colostrum is what? Colostrum is the first milk which contains IgA. You give immunity to the baby with the help of antibodies. IgA for Amma, you can remember like that. Can you tell me what is the first antibody which is transferred from the mother to the child? It is not IgA, it is IgG. The first antibody which is transferred from the mother to the child is IgG from the placenta. So always remember this thing, gamed. First is G that passes, A is passed through the colostrum, M and D function is not given, E is for allergy. Okay, so with that, what will be your answer for this question? Your answer is this. A goes with S, B goes with Q, yes, and C goes with P, and PMNL goes with R. Cool, ma'am. Let's go ahead. Again, cancer. In malignant tumors, the cells divide rapidly and move to distant parts of the body and cause new tumors. This property is called, when the cells are dividing rapidly, they are moving around, they are causing new tumors. What do you call this property as? This is known as metastasis. Okay, it is known as metastasis. Okay. During replication of retrovirus, what is being formed? Viral protein is introduced into the host cell. Okay, viral protein is introduced into the host cell during replication of retrovirus. Viral RNA is introduced into the host cell. Viral DNA is introduced into the host cell. Transcriptase enzyme is introduced into the host cell. During replication, the most important thing that happens is what, my dear children? Viral RNA is introduced into the host cell. This RNA then reverse transcribes into DNA. It gets integrated with the host genome, produces proteins and viral RNA and all of this thing. So viral RNA has to be introduced first. So that is the first part of your question. Let's go ahead. Identify the odd one from the following. Alpha interferon, proto-oncogenes, oncogenic virus, UV rays. So proto-oncogenes, my dear children, are normal genes that we have in our body, and they produce normal proteins as well. But suppose if some mutation happens, basically they turn the cell into a cancerous one. Turn the cell into a cancerous cell, that is known as proto-oncogenes. Now you have oncogenic viruses that carries a gene that can cause cancer and they transfer it to human beings. So oncogenic virus. UV rays also is a physical carcinogen. It can cause a change in the DNA causing cancer. So all of them are carcinogens. Alpha interferon is something used to treat cancer. It is a biological response modifier. It increases our immunity. So alpha interferon is given to cancer patients for increasing their immunity. That is totally different. This is different. Normal interferon that we say, that is also different. Interferon is released by cells infected by virus. I told you, right? Alpha interferon is what? Biological response modifiers, a different type of it. Okay. Next, from which of the given plants is the drug whose skeletal structure is given below extracted? Chemistry and biology. What is this particular drug? So there are only two drugs picture which is given, skeletal structure picture which is given. One is opioid, it looks like an O, and the other one is this. What is this? This is cannabinoids. Okay, it is what? Cannabinoids. And where do you get it from? You get it from cannabis sativa. You get it from cannabis sativa. Okay, got it? Please remember. Now, morphine is obtained from the inflorescence of cannabis, leaves of retroxylum, latex of poppy plant and roots of atropa. Poppy, opium poppy, Papaver somniferum. Latex of opium poppy is your answer for this question. C is the answer. C is the answer. It is the last question, which is why I want to include one very important thing which I think could come. There are three drugs given in your plants given in your NCERT that causes hallucination. One is erythrosylum coca. Okay, that gives cocaine. There are two more plants given. Always remember, one is datura, for which you have a picture given. The flower looks like this. The flower looks like this. Okay, this is datura, and there is Atropa belladonna. Atropa belladonna. These three things, my dear children, they are hallucinogenic plants. Okay, and there is one more drug which is responsible for increasing your blood pressure. If blood pressure related questions come, always understand it is nicotine. Nicotine increases your blood pressure. Nicotine is found in tobacco. Okay, apart from that, if at all you are asked about what is something that is used for treating insomnia, okay, and also insomnia means you're not able to sleep, is used to treat that, as well as depression, you have three drugs: barbiturates, amphetamines, and benzodiazepines. Please remember them. Got it? Yes, got it, ma'am. Okay, do not forget, they are what? They are used for treating insomnia as well as depression. The mosquito's name, remember, first mosquito Anopheles causes malaria, Aedes, chikungunya and dengue. Okay, Culex mosquito is there that causes this thing. That is a vector actually. Culex mosquito is a vector for filariasis. So filariasis is caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, but who transfers it? It is Culex mosquito. It is transferred by the bite of the mosquito. Always remember. So with that, we complete today's session. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, do let me know. If you have doubts, do let me know. Wishing you all the best. You guys are super good. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. See you really soon.